Alrighty, we're going to be installing a very nice, fancy Allen Roth light up here above the kitchen sink. Here in the country I was born in, we use a 12 American wire gauge on 20 amps, 14 American wire gauge on 15 amps. Black is live, white is neutral, the bare or the green is the ground. Red and blue are also live colors. However, you may find white live in a switch loop or a 220, 240 volt circuit where the appliance does not require a neutral. So we're going to put a light up here. We're going to take our GFI out of the wall here. Hope we have enough wire behind it. Oh wow, we got plenty of wire. And they did very sloppy work hooking this GFI up. I don't know what this wire was going to the ground for, so we will hook it back up with the ground because it was hooked up before. Okay, this is our extension box. Make sure it's deep enough to accommodate our GFI, which it is. See all that room we got there? Okay, we'll open up our back plate here. I think it opens up this way. Nope, it goes in this way. So we'll put our rim on here. Okay, now we'll get our right angle piece out here. And we'll put it on first we got to take our flathead screwdriver and we'll remove all our sharp little burrs so we don't damage our wire. So we're going to go up to our light. We'll make a little right angle turn here. Got this in here like that. And we'll see where we got to cut it. So we go up to the center here for light. Okay, our center is going to be about right here. So we'll cut it right here. So this is our center right here. And we'll cut a short piece to go up to our light. Okay, so now we gotta clear our burrs out of here. Because you don't want to cut into your wires with sharp edges. Okay, so we'll put it on here like this. Push it in like that. Okay, we'll get this going straight here. Screw in here. Nice tight bite there. Where's our small piece? Right here. Okay, so we'll get all our little burrs out of this little piece here. Same wire on this side. gotta make sure you get all your little burrs out so you don't damage your wires you put in here. Because the burr can poke through your insulation. Okay, this one will go up to our light. Pops in there like that. Get another screw in here. Nice solid wood in here to screw into. That's nice. Okay, we'll put our round box up here for okay, we'll put our box up here for our light. Just go in here like this. Okay, it's down on there. We'll get up here nice and straight. We'll get a couple more screws. Bend this down a little bit. I'll just tap this. That down nice and snug there. I'm gonna screw back in here to hold this in place. Box up there nice and solid. So now we can put our wires in. This is some wire I found for free, and it's nice. I enjoy doing this electrical stuff for the landlord here because he has a very good reputation around town. He's very well respected. He has very nice luxury apartments. And I enjoy helping him fix them up. And okay, we'll bring get all our debris out of here. Well, if it doesn't come off, it doesn't come off. You just use your cutters. Okay, we'll get our wire positioned here so when we put our cover on here it doesn't pinch the wires. There we go. Now we can just snap our cover on here. Our little knockout here. Make sure our wire mold's in the track all the way around here. Okay, now we got to shorten our screws up to put our light bracket up because these screws are going to be too long. They'll hit the back of the box. We'll clip them like that. We'll make them come out like that. That'll fix the ends on the end of the screws. Okay, our fixture's going to hang like that, so we got to find holes that will line up like this. So we'll do that one. So we got to find a couple of holes we can match up with that one. Okay, so we're going to have to do this one up here. That one won't let us use it, but we're not going to get carried away. We're not going to get carrying on. We truck forward. You only truck forward. You don't look back. I just hope I can swivel this a little bit, because this bracket is not gonna fit. But we're not frustrated, we're not gonna get flabbergasted. We're just gonna make it fit. It's that simple, you make it fit. Find 2 holes I can screw into. If I can't, I can't. And we're not going to get carried away and frustrated and flabbergasted. We're just going to make it fit. That's all. It's that simple. It's that simple. We're just going to make it fit. So what we have to do is, I don't want it off balance like that, but you know what? If you have to, you got to. You don't have a choice. Sometimes you just don't have a choice. Crooked might be the way it has to be, you know. So we can get one here. I really want it straight. I really do want it straight. But you know what? You just can't always get what you want all the time, you know. We're going to try to loosen this. We can turn it so we can put it. I can't. So I'm going to see if we can put it up without the bracket. So if we can put it up without the bracket, we'll do it that way. Because I do want it straight. This bracket, if it's not going to go, you know what? It's not going to go. You don't carry on. You don't get frustrated. You don't take God's name in vain. You just do what you got to do to make it go on straight and make sure it's safe. And you don't piss and moan and complain about it because there's nothing you can do. Nothing you can do. And you have to understand the word nothing and the word can't. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to see if these 2 holes line up. And if they do, I'll just put it up without the bracket. And I won't piss and moan and I won't complain about it because it's the way it's got to be sometimes. Okay, it looks like it's going to go on that way. So we're not pissing and moaning, we're not carrying on, we're not going to get frustrated, we're just going to do it this way. Alright, so we'll strip our white wire, which is neutral, black, which is live. We'll strip these wires longer so we get a nice wrap around our solid wires. So we'll get our insulation even at the bottom like this. Bring our strands down. We'll wrap them around like that. Get our copper even at the end and our insulation even at the bottom. Take our wire nut. Now I'm going to hold the light so I don't move that wire. Okay. Our insulation is down inside the wire nut the way I want it. I couldn't put a green screw in here because this is paneling and it'll just push the box out and make it all lopsided. So grounding the fixture will ground the box. Okay, I get my insulation even at the bottom. Get it even like that. Put our wire nut on. Okay, make sure my insulation's up inside the bottom of our wire nut. Okay, we'll wrap our ground wire around our solid wire here like this. Get even on the end like that there. Make sure my wire nut grabs both wires. There's our hole. Right there. And our other one is right here. Fit right in there nice and perfect. Make sure it's nice and tight. And I'll just turn this a little bit. There it is. Now it's nice and straight. So what I gotta do now is put our globe on here. I'll just have to turn it just a bit. There, it straightened it out. So now we can get our globe and put our globe on there. We'll put our globe on here. There we go. There, now it's nice and straight. Go one more tighten on the screws. There it is. Okay, so first we'll take all our ground wires. We'll get them all together here. We'll push this. Okay, this black wire will go to our switch. So we'll get these wires back out of our way here. We'll get our grounds down here. Now I don't know what this stranded wire went to, but somebody put it in there. It was there before, so I'll just hook it back up. And I'll get our ground tail to go to our switch and to our GFI. So we'll get these wires together here. I'll clip them so they're all even with the shortest one. And we'll get this stranded one in here. It's all mangled up, but you know what? I'm not frustrating. I'm just going to get the best I can here. There's the best I can get it. Get our wire nut on here. I'm going to hold that wire plus this tail so everything stays even inside this wire nut. Make sure it's nice and tight here. There it is. Nice and tight. So we can get this back into our box and out of our way here. All right, so we have our white here that goes to our GFI and our white that goes to our light. I'll tail them together so we have a nicer connection here. Strip with our number 12 hole. Get our insulation even at the bottom here. Get my first two started. Get our third one in here. Wrap it around so it goes in there, gets nice and even here. And I'll clip them so they're even with the shortest one there. Put our red wire nut on. This is a harder wall. It's like a Malmax, so I can't put that green screw in because we'll just push this box thing out. All right, so now we will hook our GFI up. Now on the back of the GFI, you'll see where it says line. So this is the line, this is the load. We're not hooking up anything onto the load. So just close these screws up. Okay, so we'll get our box cover on here. Let's see this. Okay, I'm going to have to make this black wire somewhat longer because it's going to be too short. So we'll strip it, and we'll make our tail to go to the switch too, so I don't have to put a lot of wires and strain on the GFI when I push it into the wall. Okay, so we'll get these two together here. I gotta get another red wire nut. Okay, this one. Get our wires nice and even here. Get our insulation even at the top. Okay, now we'll clip our wires so they're even with the shortest one. And we'll put our red wire nut on here. And we'll tighten this up. This is a very nice luxury apartment, so this decorative light is going to add a lot. Okay, so we'll get our black wires back into our box here, get them out of our way. And we'll get this ground wire, put it over here on the switch first. So these two will go to our switch and this will go to our GFI. So now we'll break our little tab out here. for our wire. I want to make sure it goes on here right. So I'm going to break this one out right here. Oh, it's up there nice. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now we can put our, okay, we got our switch here and our GFI. Okay, this is our switch, this is our GFI. Now I'm going to put the switch on this side over here. So I'll put this, and this over here for the GFI, and this here for our switch. So we'll start, we'll put our ground wire here in the country I was born in. Up is on, down is off. If you put your switch in upside down, it would say no when it's on. Okay, so the ground wire goes on this green screw here. Like that. And we'll take these screws out. We'll flip our switch around this way. Now we'll get ready to hook our wires up to the switch. Take off about 1 inch. My back hurts a little bit bending over like this. Maui is in Hawaii. Okay. Alright. So we'll put our wire around the screw of the directional screw turns. Make sure it's nice and tight. Put our other one around the other terminal here. Okay, so now we can push these wires back into our box here. I'll bend them over this way because we got to go over the lip of this box and go back into our box with our black wires here. And make sure they don't pinch against anything. and okay, so it's nice and centered on our box there. Okay, we'll push it back in. Make sure we're not pushing against any sharp edges here. Our ground wires away from everything here. Now we can hook our GFI up. Put our ground wire back in here so it's out of the way of everything here. So this is where it says line. So we'll strip our wires here. I'll hold them up to the device, make sure they're not too long or too short. That's a little long. Now measure our black with the white here. Get our insulation even here at the bottom. And I'll just cut it so it's the same. Okay, so we can put our ground wire under this. So the bare ground wire goes on this green terminal, the white goes on the silver terminal, which is the wider slot. The black goes on the brass colored terminal, which is the narrower slot. Alright. So we'll put our ground wire under the... They must have done a lot of cooking in this kitchen, frying and stuff, because this GFI is a little greasy and dirty on the back. Okay, there's our ground. Okay, now we'll put our white under the terminal that says white. Okay, that's a little long, so we're going to take a little more off of this. Not a whole lot. Okay, let's see in the top if it goes all the way. Okay, we got to take a little more. There we go. We don't want a lot of any copper showing behind that terminal. This is a pressure plate type of connection. You are allowed to put 2 wires under one terminal. Okay, so now we'll bring this down and we'll get our black on the brass colored terminal here. Okay, let's see if we have to cut much off the black. Okay, we have to cut a little off the black wire there. There we go, that's what we want. Like that there. Make sure it's tight. Okay, now we can push this back into our box. Make sure our wires don't get pinched. I'll bend this white wire over because it's going to go right flat back in there. Put our black wire back into our box. We'll push our white one back into here and make sure our ground wire stays down away from everything here. And we'll get ready to screw this in. Okay. I'll just look up there, make sure there's no wires in the way, and there's no wires in the way on the bottom. Center it on our box here. Get nice and straight here. Make sure everything's all nice and tight here. And we'll make sure our wires aren't pinched anywhere. Okay, so GFI outlet cover we'll put on here. Alrighty, so thanks for watching. This is how to jazz up a very nice luxury apartment that a very good landlord owns. He is very well respected around town. He's known for having very nice apartments and taking good care of them. And I enjoy helping him and making some YouTube videos. So let's see how this light works. Peace. Thanks for watching. I will show you the instructions in the box up close. So you can pause the video to read the instructions. Unfortunately, we weren't able to use the bracket because the box wouldn't let us because of the way the box was designed.